Hi, I'm Vishwadeep Khatri. Someone asked me recently for a problem solving and decision making program, and that got me thinking. We actually do so many different kind of programs for the same purpose, problem solving and decision making. So I thought I'll make a video to explain what kind of programs we do for this purpose. So if you see on the screen on the left side, you can see some circles, and the circle which is in the middle is the strategy circle. The strategy is basically the domain of corporate business leaders who decide which products should we make, what should be the product mix, what should be the customers that we target, which geographies should we operate in. Those are the strategic kind of questions which are taken by corporate leaders. And there are techniques for decision making that can help them. Secondly, we work on another set of decision making areas which is related to policies. Now, policies in finance, policies in marketing, HR policies, operational policies. Now, these are generally set by people who head these functions, and they work very closely with the strategic leadership team. The third area that we work in is operations, and a lot of people work in operations in every organization. Generally, this is the biggest function, and this could include the manufacturing folks, the software development folks, or the healthcare service providers, depending on which industry you are in. These are the people who do the real transformational work. Next, outer circle is the support services which help the operations run. Now, these support services, I'm calling them critical support functions because there are certain support functions which are provided a very limited turnaround time, and they need to be correctly done. So these are very close to operations in that sense. Please keep in mind that when I say operations, it could be sales and marketing operations. It could be financial operations. These could be HR operations, and this could be production operations. And in the outermost circle, we have the non-critical support, which is, um, support activities which are not crucial in nature, which can be delayed a little bit, and we can respond after some time. So this gives us the entire gamut of decision making that is there in an organization. And now I can explain what are the services we provide for which areas. So let us get started with Six Sigma. And Six Sigma is one of the initial competencies that we started with. And if you see, I'm filling red color in operations domain because Six Sigma is used very heavily in operations. It is used quite heavily in critical support functions also. I'm using red color here because Six Sigma is written in red color on the right side, as you can see. Six Sigma approaches are useful for strategy and for policy making also, but they're not used too much in strategic decision making. Most of the Six Sigma will be put to use in the outer circles and very little in the innermost circles. The next one we will talk about is lean, and lean is also similar in terms of application, and you will see a lot of application in operations, critical support functions, non-critical support functions, and some very specific strategic elements and policy related elements which are driven by lean. You can see that there are some gaps right in the center of the circles. I mean, in the middle circle, because the strategic decision making is not heavily driven by Lean and Six Sigma in most organizations. Next is theory of constraints. And if you are talking about TOC, there is really a very big strategy focus. And because theory of constraints is about money and making more money, it has linkage with finance policies, for example, and it also has a role to play in operational decision making. And wherever it is used, it is working in the inner circles more than the outer circles. But again, you see certain gaps right in the middle, in the core strategy function. Next is creativity and innovation. You can say that creativity and innovation could be applied in strategy if we are using it for new product development. It could be used in marketing for creative advertising and marketing. It is used in operations for creative problem solving. So wide variety of applications of creativity and innovation related decision techniques. The next one is very interesting actually, the strategic decision support. This is a set of techniques which are very specifically inclined towards the strategic leadership team. Now here, uh, in very recent times, we have been engaging with some of the top clients of ours, and we found that they got biggest shocks of their lives because they realized that the product mix that they have been working with is not the ideal one really for them, and it's not making enough business sense anymore. And some teams found that the areas where they are putting in a lot of resources are not worthwhile really, and they should be putting their resources elsewhere. So strategic decision support is a very core, I would say, very key business area in which decision making has a far reaching impact on the organization and a big result impact in terms of organizational profitability. So I would say if I have to fill the color for this one, the brown color, it all is right in the center, and then it flows outside like this. The next one we are going to talk about is excellence in leadership. Now, this is a very interesting competency, and I have found lots of gaps in organizations in terms of excellence in continuous improvement leadership. So let me make it more specific. We are here talking about leading change, leading cross-functional teams for doing projects. Now, these projects could be Six Sigma, Lean, Theory of Constraints, or any RPA implementation or any change management initiative. The main idea here, which I am proposing, is that if we don't have a mechanism by which teams can work across functions or leaders can guide cross-functional teams for big business impacting decisions, then it's not going to work. I mean, all these strategies are not going to work. As culture can eat strategy for breakfast. I like that statement quite a lot. So coming back to our topic, excellence in leadership is an area which can actually build linkages between functions. And you can see that it can be a very good mesh that can help bind the whole organization. So these are the various programs which we conduct, and they all relate to decision making and problem solving. And hopefully this will be useful for future interactions with us. And I look forward to interacting more with you in case you're interested in any of these competencies. Thank you for watching.